Have you ever noticed how some people get a raise or land a higher-paying job, yet a year later, they're still stressed about money? It almost feels like no matter how much more they earn, they never actually get ahead. The paycheck grows, but so do the bills, the spending, and the stress. This cycle is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest reasons people stay broke, even as their income rises. Here's how it usually plays out. Imagine you're making $3,000 a month. You cover your bills, put food on the table, and maybe save a little. Then you get a promotion, and suddenly you're earning $4,500 a month. At first, you feel rich. You treat yourself to a nicer car, upgrade your phone, or start dining out at fancier restaurants. Before you know it, your expenses have ballooned to match your new paycheck. That extra $1,500 you thought would change your life? It's already gone. And this happens at every level of income. Someone making $50,000 a year might dream of hitting $80,000, thinking all their money problems will disappear. But when they reach $80,000, they've upgraded to a bigger apartment, taken on a car payment, and started booking expensive vacations. Suddenly, they're in the same situation as before, paycheck to paycheck, just with shinier toys. Why does this happen? Because humans are wired to normalize their circumstances. What once felt like a luxury quickly becomes the new baseline. That first nice dinner out felt like a celebration. Now it's just your regular Tuesday night. The bigger apartment felt like a dream. Now it's just home, with higher rent. Lifestyle inflation sneaks up quietly, turning new income into new obligations. Another reason is comparison. We live in a world where social media constantly shows us the highlight reels of other people's lives. Your friend buys a new car, and suddenly your reliable 5-year-old car feels old. A coworker posts vacation pictures from Europe, and you start browsing flight deals. The more you earn, the more you feel like you should keep up. And without realizing it, your spending starts chasing other people's lifestyles instead of your own financial goals. Let's make this even more relatable with a story. Meet Sarah and James. They both start their careers earning $40,000 a year. Sarah decides that no matter how much she earns, she'll always live like she's making $40,000 and save or invest the rest. James, on the other hand, upgrades his lifestyle every time his paycheck grows. At $60,000, James moves into a nicer apartment. At $80,000, he buys a luxury car. At $100,000, he's taking multiple international trips a year. Sarah has built up hundreds of thousands in savings and investments. James, he's living paycheck to paycheck, just at a higher level. Here's the irony. James probably looks richer on the outside, but Sarah is actually wealthier. Sarah's money is working for her. James's money is working against him, locking him into a cycle of higher bills, more debt, and constant stress. That's the trap of lifestyle inflation. It makes you feel successful while keeping you broke. The good news? Once you understand how lifestyle inflation works, you can fight back against it. It's not about never spending money or living like a monk. It's about being intentional. When your income goes up, you don't have to immediately inflate your expenses to match. Instead, you can freeze your lifestyle for a while and direct that extra money towards savings, investments, or paying off debt. That's how real wealth is built, not through raises alone, but through discipline in how you use them. Another reason lifestyle inflation traps people is emotional spending. Think about how easy it is to justify purchases with phrases like, "I deserve this," or "I've worked hard, so why not?" These aren't just excuses, they're emotional coping mechanisms. A bad day at work leads to retail therapy. A raise becomes an excuse to finally buy that designer handbag or luxury watch. The problem isn't the occasional splurge, it's when emotional spending becomes the default. Over time, it chips away at the money that could have been building a stronger financial future. Debt makes the problem even worse. When income rises, many people don't just upgrade their lifestyle, they finance it. Instead of saving for the nicer car, they take on a car loan. Instead of paying cash for the vacation, they put it on a credit card. Suddenly, their new lifestyle comes with monthly debt payments, which eat away at their income. The result? Even as they make more, they're chained to lenders, stuck in a cycle of owing money instead of growing money. This is where the illusion of wealth comes in. On the outside, a person might look successful, driving a luxury car, living in a stylish home, wearing brand-name clothes. But if those things are financed with debt and there's no savings behind the scenes, it's not real wealth. It's just a well-decorated paycheck-to-paycheck life. Real wealth isn't about what people see, it's about what people don't see. The emergency fund, the investments, the debt-free peace of mind. Here's another story to drive the point home. Imagine two co-workers, Alex and Mia. They both get a $10,000 raise. Alex immediately leases a new car, which increases his monthly expenses by $500. Mia, on the other hand, keeps her old car and invests the extra money. After 10 years, Alex still has nothing to show for all his raises, just cars that lose value. Mia's investments, meanwhile, have grown to over $150,000. The difference was how they used it. This brings us to the most important truth. More money doesn't automatically solve money problems. In fact, the mistakes often just get bigger. The only way to break the cycle is to change your habits, not just your income. So, what can people do to avoid lifestyle inflation? For example, decide that 70% of your raise will go into savings or investments, and 30% can be used for lifestyle upgrade. This way, you reward yourself without letting spending spiral out of control. Second, track your expenses. It's easy to think you're being responsible, but until you see where every dollar goes, lifestyle creep can sneak up on you. Finally, set financial goals that excite you more than short-term purchases. Saving for a house, investing for retirement, or building financial freedom should feel like the real luxury. At the end of the day, staying broke while earning more isn't about bad luck or low income, it's about choices. Lifestyle inflation promises comfort but delivers stress. Convinces you that looking wealthy is the same as being wealthy. So the next time you get a raise, a bonus, or extra income, pause before upgrading your life. Ask yourself, do I want to look rich today, or do I want to be truly wealthy tomorrow? That one question could be the difference between staying stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and finally building the freedom you've been chasing.